Assalamu alaikum, United States of America, Ukrainian. This is Shamika Reed at El Gayeb, 98 Names of Allah, Jesus Christ, Ya La La La, documentary of your life and my life. Telephone number 1248-361-2785, right? Email at reedshemeka7 at gmail.com. Now, it's looking for the actual jurisdictions that's coming down, right, from the White House for the housing, the business, right, and for your Social Security benefits and your food stamps and stuff like that. The housing, right, without that criminal timer sitting there, right. I was telling you guys about a time, right, when my dad was born. Right, right. So when he was born and when he was alive, um, while he was alive, right, on the internet talking. Right, I was already on there. Subhanallah. Right, you guys know that. Right. So I had my picture sitting up there. Right. So all of a sudden, my picture showed up with him. Oh! So my daddy told me, he said, go across, right, put me on the internet, baby, again. Right, right. So I was like, okay, cool. All of a sudden I looked up, right, I'm chit chat talking about marriage, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiance, a boyfriend, right, not gay, right, a ghost, right. So the way this timer is that I looked up and the timer, right, picture he put together, and come to find out, as I was talking to him about marriage and everything else, right, he asked me, right, on the internet. But you have to understand, right, a video chat, right. Okay, so when he got off probation, I was like, okay, cool, right. So I'm thinking that, everything was fine, but things got a little hectic again, right. It was an argument of funds of these war people right after I was born, breaking into the United States. Oh, the same as my brothers and sisters. Right. So I looked up, right. This has been on the electronic filing, attorney called me and everything else. So I was like, okay, cool. Right. He said, just sign right here. No prenup. I said, okay, right. So I looked up again. Right. He said, well, your marriage files and everything else is on the internet. Right. So I was like, so when was I going to see you? Right. And then the conversation struck again. Right. When the conversation struck again, I looked over at my phone. Right, right. It was go to the store, go do this, go get that, go get this. And I've been sitting on my Social Security, right, check, getting it way before. Right. I'm like, so what am I supposed to have? Right. I'm like, what am I supposed to have? So I'm like, wait a minute, hold tight. Right. So I looked up, right. The assumptions had started up in the year 2018. Oh, that's what it was. No physical, sexual contact, part one, or whatever, right? But it was always video chat. Where you at, what you doing, this and that, and this and that, and all that. Right? So I'm like, yeah, my Social Security check and food stamps been safe, but you have to understand this timer though, too. Right. It's only so much. They had this timer whereas that they thinking that people getting Social Security getting a lot of money. What? That's what I'm trying to tell you. So being educated, right, right, not being a prostitute and a pimp, right. This is what we're putting out there for the United States. Right. When you run into a good man and a good woman, right. The way this timer is that I'm like hurricane season jumps off, right, and you're like fundamentally